Right, so it's about 4:45 in the morning. The mother's asleep, and the day of the doctor is about to start in about 5 minutes. Um, the anticipation has been killing me. It alone has allowed me to stay up for, you know, so long. I can't wait to see what the Moff has in store for us, and I'll be back in around an hour and a quarter to start off my review. So until then, let's descend into the day of the Doctor, Geronimo. Right, so the day of the Doctor just finished, and I've just spent the last 10 minutes trying to soak it up and compose myself to be ready to do a little review here. So here I go. Let me just start off by saying that this is a absolutely fantastic episode. I can't floor it. It is brilliant, it is genius, it is reverent and respectful to the past while definitely looking ahead to the future in more ways than one. Moffatt did a spectacular job writing the episode in terms of character interaction and all that. So I just want to get that off my chest first. Brilliant episode, probably one of my favourite episodes ever. Maybe even my favourite, I'm not sure yet. But I want to get into talking about some spoilers, because that's what I love. I don't need to talk about anything else, just the spoilers. Starting from probably the least spoilery to the most spoilery. So going in ascending order. So, number one. The 10th Doctor is most definitely shortly after the Waters of Mars. He does marry Queen Elizabeth I in the special, so that's indicative of where he is in his timeline. Number two, the Zygons are very interesting monsters, and they've reinvented them well. To be perfectly honest, the whole Zygon taking over Earth thing is secondary to the plot when it gets to the end, and it's more just sort of filler until you get to the end. But it was nice to see them back, to bring back a classic monster like that. So number three, Rose, Billie Piper. She's not Rose, and she's not really Bad Wolf either. The moment the device that the Doctor used to stop the Time War and kill all the Time Lords and the Daleks has a conscience of sorts, and this conscience has an interface, and when it's interfacing with John Hurt's Doctor, it takes the form of someone from his future, and it takes the form of Rose. Or rather, the Bad Wolf version of Rose. So I found that quite interesting, and I found that a less expected way to go about using Rose in the plot. And he was the only Doctor that could see her, so that was another good thing as well. She sort of acted as his companion. So next, Tom Baker cameo. At the very end, he had a cameo as the curator of the art museum, and there's some dialogue between him and Eleven that's very suggestive in terms of sort of talking sort of to the audience and referencing stuff. And so Tom Baker wasn't lying when he said he was in the special. So that was really good to see. So now we're moving into bigger territory here. Peter Capaldi. Yeah. There's a scene which is probably going to be the next thing that I talk about. There is a scene where all the different incarnations of the Doctor are flying towards Gallifrey in their TARDISes, and you see everyone from Hartnell up to Matt Smith, and then one of the Gallifreyan Time Lords or whatever says, all 12 Doctors, or wait, no, all 13. And then you see Capaldi's eyes, and you can tell it's Capaldi by the face that you see. You can see his eyes against the backdrop of 11's current TARDIS. And that is just, that's cool. It's so good to see that. It's so good to have that foresight. So then probably the biggest thing, Gallifrey lives. Gallifrey is alive. Gallifrey survived the Time War because pretty much all the Doctors that I just talked about used their TARDISes to create some kind of net around Gallifrey and freeze it in time, essentially. And what that pretty much means is it's in some kind of pocket universe. And this sets up the Doctor's mission for the next however long he continues for. He has to go out now to find Gallifrey. That is his mission. He has to go out now and find Gallifrey because it's been sort of lost. So I think that's pretty much it as far as spoilers go. We do sort of see John Hurt's Doctor begin to regenerate inside his TARDIS, and you see all the flamey stuff, and you sort of see his face start to change into something that sort of looks like Eccleston, but you don't see it. So that's a nice cheat, I suppose. And then the final scene at the very end is Matt Smith in the centre and all the other Doctors standing off to the side of him, looking up, looking out to find Gallifrey. And that was just awesome. That was just capturing everything that Doctor Who was and everything that it will be in the future. His mission, his drive now. And I think it was just a spectacular moment to see him choose to save Gallifrey. He didn't need to destroy it, to destroy the Daleks and the Time Lords. He could save it. And in doing so, the Daleks destroyed themselves. And it was magical, really, if I can use that term. But I hope you've enjoyed my spoiler review of The Day of the Doctor. And next month, it'll be on to the Christmas special, which should be equally interesting. But I'll say bye-bye for now, and see you next time.